This past week marked the 4th year anniversary of Room Tour Project, making this still the longest running original setup series. Take that, all you haters out there. What's up, guys? I'm randomfrankp, back with episode 162 of Room Tour Project, the best damn series that shows off all the best gaming setups to give you some ideas and inspirations for your own setup. If you see anything you like, I'll have it all listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. But let's start it off, episode 162. First, we have Jordan with the stacked display setup in a nice little corner in the room right by the window. Always great to have that natural light right there. Utilizing a ton of real estate space with a TV as the overhead. So checking it out, that's my corgi upstairs, if you can hear her yelling at something. On the bottom, the primary display is a 27-inch monitor from Acer, and that mounted TV is a 55-inch 4K Samsung. Down to the peripherals, he has Logitech G Pro keyboard with Logitech G903 mouse, a nice wide extended mouse pad with the Sennheiser 598 headphones, and the Mod Mic wireless mic attached to that, making his own gaming headset. And that's then being powered by the Ship Magni amp and the Ship Madi DAC, the weekly reminder SCHIIT with Logitech Z200 speakers in the back. Now over to the PC. Inside the NZXT H500i case is an Intel i7 9700K with the Corsair H110i AIO on an Asus Prime Z370A motherboard, 16 gigs of G-Skill Trident Z RGB RAM, and an EVGA GTX 1070 superclocked ACX 3.0 GPU. Pretty clean white and black build overall. And summing it up, just a nice little desktop space. Like I said before, like in the corner of the room, tons of screen real estate with all those pixels right in front of them. And I love having it right there by the window. Definitely a cozy little setup. Next from SamIAM is a quadruple monitor gaming setup with the trifecta on the bottom, plus the overhead and the Nanoleaf Aurora light panels on the wall to tie it all together. Definitely has that gamer look to it, and lots of like blues and teals going on. An icy kind of setup here. So his primary monitor is a 27-inch Dell gaming display. It's 144 Hz with G-Sync. On the left and right are 25-inch ultra-thin monitors from Biotech, and that overhead is a 24-inch monitor from Acer. Got some little fake succulents, the Google Home Mini there in the desktop, just to add some extra, things to it. Kind of spice it up a bit with the RGB light strip behind the desk. And now into the peripherals, all Mercury edition here. Love the look of white peripherals. It's the Razer Black Widow X Chroma Mercury keyboard. Even got the white Razer Invicta Mercury mouse pad, along with the Razer Lancehead Tournament Edition Mercury mouse, the Razer Naga Epic Chroma mouse, and the Razer Kraken 7.1 V2 Mercury headset. Great job with the coordination all around, kind of matches that aesthetic. And then for audio, you can see here his speakers are also white with the ice blue kind of RGB glow. And that's a JBL Pulse 3 wireless speaker. He has one on each side of his desk. That's going to lead us now into the PC. This is the white NZXT S340 Elite case. Inside is an AMD Ryzen 5 1600 CPU with the NZXT Kraken X52 AIO. Got 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro RAM on the Asus ROG Strix B350F motherboard and an Asus GTX 1080 Strix GPU. Love the white braiding on the AIO, the white cables, even got the NZXT Hue Plus in there for some extra RGB glow. And then when the lights are all off during the daytime, check out how nice this looks just by itself with the wooden desk. Like, that's a really, really nice looking desktop. My voice did something real weird there, but it's literally night and day, all white and blue at night. In the daytime, a much more classy, modern look with that desk. Big fan of both renditions here. Now, holy shnikes, Colombiano Gamers is hitting us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 displays at his desk setup. This is absolutely bonkers. Then across the room, 2 massive TVs adding it all. There's a lot to go over here, so I'm just going to start rating some stuff off. Wow. All right, wish me luck. He has 3 of the Samsung 49-inch curved monitors there. See 1 on the bottom and 2 in the middle. The 2 then on the bottom on each side are 24-inch Acer XB1 monitors. Then the overhead there up top is a 55-inch 4K Samsung TV with the 2 next to those on each side being 43-inch Vizio TVs. Don't think I've ever seen a setup with 8 displays like this at the desktop, at least not this orientation, but he did note that obviously he does not use all 8 at once for gaming. That's just not possible, so keep that in mind. Now down to his peripherals, he has multiple options here, including the Corsair Strafe RGB keyboard, the Razer Deathstalker Ultimate keyboard, the Razer Tartarus gamepad on the left side, the Razer DeathAdder mouse, and the Razer Mamba wireless mouse, and the Corsair M65 Pro. Then off to the side, he has his PC along with some extra controllers and another wireless mouse there, but this is his primary PC powering the setup. This is the Thermaltake View 71 case. It inside an Intel i7 6700 CPU, got 16 gigs of Ballistic Sport RAM, and 2 GTX 1080 Ti Founders Edition cards in SLI. Obviously, like I said, not powering every single one of those displays. A lot of them just for like watching movies or TV or multimedia, anything like that, but this is his gaming rig. And then off to the side in the other part of the room, amongst the numerous fish tanks, which looks pretty cool also, he has his own dedicated entertainment setup for like console gaming and stuff, some old retro stuff, tons and tons of games and consoles over here. But again, just two absolutely massive TVs, not one, but two stacked on top. Is this just like the ultimate of ultimate gaming rooms? I mean, that's at least 10 displays here. There are probably more that aren't even pictured. This is an all-time insane gaming setup. There is no doubt about it. Damn, Colombiano gamers, making even my wallet hurt right now. But crazy stuff, man. Next, we got Vince with a dual setup going on over in this side of the room. I'm loving the whole backdrop on the wall and the texture and the paneling here. Looks really cool, even though it's a very small aspect of what's going on, but just wanted to bring that up. The RGB lighting behind the monitor kind of gives it some nice like shadows and stuff. It just looks cool. So for his primary setup going into his display, it's a 34-inch ultra-wide from LG, mounted seamlessly with that nice floating appearance. Really looks good with all that RGB lighting. For audio, he has his Logitech G560 LightSync speakers. Then for the rest of his peripherals, got the AN Pro 2 wireless keyboard, which would look like a custom keycap set on there. The mouse is the Logitech G603 with seemingly a carbon fiber skin, and the SteelSeries Quick Prism Extra Large mousepad. But I like the simplicity here going wireless for the peripherals. Looks really nice on your desktop. Then we'll head over to the PC, and this thing is looking real nice. It's the Cooler Master H500 tempered glass case. Inside here is Intel i7 8700K CPU with the Cooler Master Liquid ML240R RGB AIO. Their names are always ridiculous. Got 16 gigs of G.Skill Trident Z RGB RAM on an Asus ROG Strix Z370F gaming motherboard, and then Asus GTX 1070 Ti Cerberus graphics card. Never even heard of that one. And they got some like Spider-Man, Deadpool, and I don't know, another Spider-Man pop figure in there. But it is a nice looking build overall, looks pretty clean on the inside, and it definitely matches his overall setup. And then just showing off that other setup he had on the right side of that L-shaped desk. This is pretty much just like his MacBook Pro kind of productivity setup over here. Figured I'd show it off. And then again, another look at his main setup with the lights on in the daytime. Again, just looks completely different, but still looks very nice. I'm, a fan of the wooden desktops. But a really nice kind of dual gaming setup here in this corner of the room. Kind of like in the corner of this entertainment setup, often probably in the living room. This looks like a very modern looking like bachelor pad here. Big fan of the aesthetics. Then last but not least is Chris with this single monitor setup here. Very simple, got the RGB going on during the night, and then you flip his light switch on during the day. And it's much more, modern and minimal looking. You get the best of both worlds. Big fan of that gray accent wall as well. So for his monitor, it is a 32-inch 4K monitor from LG, mounted kind of on like a wall bracket there. Keeping the desktop itself nice and clean and nothing really unnecessary on it. And you can see in the corner there, that little arcade looking thing. That's actually from like a Raspberry Pi. That's the Pi-cade. Never seen it before, never heard it before, but I could definitely dig it. It looks pretty cool here, fits in well. Back to his desktop, his peripherals, he has the Z88 RGB mini keyboard here in white with the Logitech G203 Prodigy mouse sitting on a simple looking desk mat. Got the cables routed nicely through a little grommet. And for audio, he has the Bose Companion 2 speakers. Now over to the PC, a very tiny mini ITX build. I always love seeing some of these. This is from Thermaltake. It's the Core V1 Snow case, and inside's an AMD Ryzen 5 2600 CPU with 16 gigs of G.Skill Trident Z RGB RAM, an Asus ROG Strix X470i Gaming Mini ITX motherboard with an EVGA GTX 1060 graphics card. Then across the room, another tiny little setup going on with some shelves and stuff, including some headphones. It even has these custom-made fight sticks he has on the shelf. I just think it's a cool little laptop workstation here to perfectly go along with his desk setup. This episode of Room Tour Project sponsored by Corsair and the Corsair One i140 and the i160 gaming PC. With the latest in NVIDIA graphics with the RTX 2080 and 2080 Ti and Intel 9th Gen processors, as well as both models having 32 gigs of their Corsair Vengeance RAM, this all-in-one desktop PC is not only tiny, leaving a very small compact footprint on your desktop, but it is also much more powerful now, but also runs cooler, and now, by popular request, we have integrated RGB lighting. If you want to check out the latest Corsair One gaming PCs, I'll put a link for you in the description down below. Alright guys, I'll wrap it up for episode 162 of Room Tour Project. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to check the links in the description down below for all the gear and hardware you saw, plus some very simple instructions on how to submit your setup. If you want to be possibly considered to be on a future episode of Room Tour Project, just check the description down below for it all. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm Random Frank P. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.